leftover mashed potato and sausages. I can't believe I've got some leftovers for starters, but when I do have some leftovers, well, if I don't just microwave them and drown them in sauce, I like to do some fancy things with them. And today I'm going to show you one of those fancy things. Today I'm making some delicious sausage and mashed patties with some other ingredients that, well, your cardiologist might not agree with, but I tell you what, the old Grego certainly does. Let me show you what else I'm using. Well, actually, it's not too bad. I've just got some breadcrumbs because I'll be crumbing them. I'll be using a tiny bit of onion. You'll need a couple of eggs. Now, I'm going to add some mustard into this because, well, I always put mustard with my mash and sausages, so I might as well just add that in too. And, of course, well, you're going to have to add some cheese because, well, why wouldn't you? You can use normal cheese, but I had this Parmesan in the fridge, so I might as well use some of that up. Anyway, let's just start cutting up the things I need to cut up. Well, for starters, I'm going to add a little bit of onion in here, not too much, but I just want to have that little bit of oniony taste and crunch that only an onion can give. I'm not too sure how many patties I'll be able to make out of the amount of potato that I've got there, so I'll just use a tiny bit of onion, not too much. We don't want to go overboard. It's just to add a little bit of extra flavour in there. So just really finely diced, as fine as you can get it done, because it's just there for flavour. Now I'll get rid of some of these bigger pieces of onion here because, well, you're not needed in today's recipe. And I think that amount of onion there is plenty. Now, the other thing I need to do is cut up these sausages. I've just got a couple here. What I want to do is just cut them into, well, the smallest possible pieces that I can. So I reckon you can just quarter the sausage and then just finely dice it up like this. Make sure you don't mistake your finger for the sausage though, because that, well, it might taste all right, but yes, I'm not sure if it's worth the pain. All right, so now I've cut both those things up. We need to grab a bowl, and into the bowl I'll put the mashed potato. Now, of course, I made that with salt, with heaps of butter, and what else did I put in there? Oh, lots of love. We'll whack the snags in. And the bits that fell off there. And I'll put in the onion as well. Now, I've got some of this shaved Parmesan. If it wasn't shaved, it's probably better, but I'm just going to use some cheese anyway. I'll break it up in my hand and crush that in. That'll just add a nice saltiness to this, and, well, hopefully it'll melt a little bit and, well, just add tons of flavour. And I got my favourite food in the world, hot English mustard. Now, whenever I'm eating snags, I always eat it with hot English mustard, so I'm going to add a nice dollop of that in there too. Hopefully that'll, well, it'll see if your sinuses are in good working order if you come across a big chunk of that. And I'll also grab an egg and crack that in as well. This is to bind it together. Well, hopefully. So, now we just need to mix all this through. Now, it's best, of course, if the mashed potatoes been in the fridge overnight because it'll be cold and a little bit harder as well. If the mashed potato was hot, then, well, you'd be burning your fingers for starters. And also, it'll be too sloppy. But this is looking really good. Yum. All right. wipe our fingers off. Now I am going to be frying these, so I'll put a bit of oil in a frying pan here. Shallow frying. So that's a nice light oil, and I'll get that heating up. Alright. And now I need a couple of bowls. Into one I'll add some breadcrumbs, and into the other crack an egg. Give it a whisk. Now, I need to make our patties, so I wonder how many I'll get from this. Well, there's 1, 2, probably 3, I reckon. Let's do that into the egg. And then into the breadcrumbs there. Flatten them out a little bit. That can go on my plate, which is over there. And we just repeat the action. Yum. Oh. I probably could have got 4 smaller ones, but mate, who needs a small patty when you can have a big one? To be sure. I prefer me patties full size. Oh yeah. Okay. Yummo. Okay. That's me patties done. Okay, well, I guess it's time to start cooking these bad boys. Hopefully this oil's heated up. Ooh yeah. Alright. So of course we just need to cook these until, well, they're golden brown on one side, and heated through is probably the most important thing. So a couple of minutes on each side, I reckon, should do the trick. Alright, well that's been a couple of minutes. Oh yes. Now this is a cast iron frying pan that I'm using today from one of my fans from the USA. They sent it to me, so thank you very much. It's a Lodge cast iron. I'll tell you what, this thing can cook some mean steaks. Okay, well, I think that's had enough time, so I'll take it out and whack it on the old plate with paper on it to drain off a bit. And there we go. Just look how delicious and golden and crunchy they look. Oh mate. Right, well how about we just cut into one and see how well it's turned out. Can't wait to get that in my mouth so I can tuck on in. Well, of course you can always add your own tomato sauce if you like, but let's give it a go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely getting that crunch from the breadcrumbs and that hot English mustard I put in there. Oh yum. And there's also a little bit of stretch there from the cheese as well. I love it. Well, there you go. Something nice and simple and easy to make with your leftover mashed potato and sausage. I tell you what, it tastes really good. And it's a whole lot of fun to make. Anyway, thanks for watching today, and I'll see you next time I cook something up with some leftovers. See you then.
Oh yeah, this is Greg's Kitchen.